Okay, I just posted a 40-minute pizza delivery video, which is ridiculous. So I have no idea why I'm doing this right now, because this is like the following day. But I wanted to show you the not so glamorous side. Everybody sees pizza delivery as like this glamorous thing. And it is, you know, there's a lot of perks. The ladies, the kids, the pets, the stinky smells, and the clouds of reefer and everything else, and slow drivers. I could go on, but that's neither here nor there. What you don't see is the behind-the-scenes dirty work that really makes the dream possible. Like, I got here not even 15 minutes ago. I've already swept the parking lot of, as I've said before, other people's shit and cigarette butts. It's basically what ends up here somehow. It's magic, I don't know. And then I sprinkled the rock salt. That's kind of what I do. And some other stuff. The full day, and it's really, I've only been here 15 minutes. And then this part of the whole thing is, first of all, notice that they're all facing the same direction, which is critical. But these are actually going to, or I am going with that to a local market, which is just a little grocery store down here, to buy tomatoes. Because, you know, you think that all your produce from a big box pizza place comes off a semi. Well, I mean, technically it does. Oh, and by the way, I'm not wearing a seatbelt. But not like, well, at least this batch, we ran out of tomatoes, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So I'm just going to go down here and buy a dozen tomatoes, and we'll pretend that we got them wherever we get all the rest of our toppings. But in reality, I mean, they're not, I wouldn't say locally grown, but we'll go to the next best thing. They're locally purchased, because I'm going to buy them right here. Okay, as I was like finding a parking spot, because to be honest with you, I'm parked far enough away. I don't want to go any further because it's freezing cold here. And I was going to do the whole, well, no, the whole freezing cold thing made me think of that phrase, colder than a witch's tit. And I got to thinking, like, where did that come from? And like, what scale did they use to judge the tit temperature on a witch as opposed to, say, you know, that lady? In case you're curious how you know you're at the right produce place to get your stuff, tampon in the parking lot is usually like the key indicator that I look for. Okay, so I've got a dozen rather enormous tomatoes. The tampon stamp of approval, and there's already, it's 10:39. We open at 10:30. When I was walking out the door, somebody was calling for a pizza delivery. So I've got a delivery up, and then depending on how those roll in and at what rate, basically the majority of the rest of my morning is going to center around, I got something on my glasses and it's disgusting. I hope it's not related to that tampon. The rest of my morning will basically revolve around doing dishes, which is another aspect that of the, like the behind the scenes. Almost hit him, and I'm not wearing a seatbelt. I mentioned that already. Another aspect a lot of people don't get to see is the dishes, but I actually don't mind doing the dishes because we have like this thing you put them in and it does all the work. You just have to put them in there and then put them away. So it's not really all that mind. It's kind of cool, and actually I should probably start bringing music and like headphones, but then I can't hear them yell my name when it's time for a delivery, so it's a double-edged sword. So I'm probably not going to be listening to music while I do dishes, but it's a nice thought. Oh, beer truck. Okay, guy, just park anywhere.
Then turn left on East 5th Street. Continue 0.1 miles. Then turn right on West 5th Street.
Phyllis isn't really a morning person, but she gets the job done. So I had like some sort of like weird tampon sticky substance on my sunglasses or whatever that was. It was on my glasses. I thought it was a raindrop or a drop of water, and I like rubbed it and it like smeared like sap. It was like really disturbing. But so I don't know how this happens to you all, and I'm sure it's pretty common, but I go into the sink, run hot water on my glasses, my sunglasses, to clean them off. And I've had these sunglasses for a while. I wear them, you know, I have like light sensitive eyes, so I wear my sunglasses quite a bit. I'm wearing them now. It's not that sunny, but I just wear them. And you know that like little ultraviolet light protection sticker that they stick on glasses on the lens, and then like you just barely touch them and it just peels it right off. Mine was still on, so apparently I've been wearing these glasses for a long time, and there's a sticker on the lens, and I never noticed it. I'm assuming that's probably pretty common.
Turn left on East 5th Street, then turn right.
But I don't know. I just know if anybody else can relate to having a sticker on their glasses. Basically, that would block your peripheral vision, and then you go weeks or months without ever noticing that it's there. I don't know if that says about me.
Turn right on
You know, I really take a lot of pride in my awareness and how I'm always looking around to see, like, you know, what my surroundings entail. But I'm thinking that maybe I'm looking a little too far out. Sometimes I might want to do like a self-check. People are always asking me, like, you know, who orders pizzas for delivery at, you know, 10:30 in the morning. And I think people aren't thinking of, like, outside the box. You've got, you know, your shift workers who this is, you know, dinner time for them right now. You've got, you know, alcoholics. They haven't gone to bed yet, so it's dinner. Yeah, I'm assuming, like, serial killers, they probably work a night shift. They're probably just getting home. I think there's a lot of possibilities. And, you know, maybe some people just like pizza for breakfast. I mean, shit, it's better than Cheerios. So I slept like maybe an hour. Well, like, technically it would be this morning. I got off work last night. I did that video that ended up 40 minutes long, which is just crazy. And then, like, uploaded it and stuff. And then in the process, drank a Monster for some unknown reason. I, like, figured why not just drink like a half gallon of high octane energy drink. It would be a good idea. Turns out not so much when you got to go to work in the morning. It's fucking Benji just strolling out in the street. Look at that. I don't know if you're picking that up on the camera. And lift the leg. Come on, lift the leg. Do it. Oh, he heard me. Oh my god. Oh my god. I know dogs' hearing is like sensitive, but are you kidding me? Wow. Do it. Oh, he heard me. Oh my god. I've been to this house before. I recognize it. I don't know the names so much as when I show up I see the house. I've been here before. It's a nice looking house. Rock salt and snow shovel out front, so you think kind, consider it caring. Let's see how that works when we compare it to the tip. See what we get. Okay, so it was a kid that answered the door. I mean, not a kid, he was a teenager, but there's no school today, so I'm assuming the whole parents went to work thing, left him some money for some food, and he gets up at, you know, 10 a.m. and pizza, so props to him. They have a cool, it's like a pewter, I don't even know what that means, it just sounds right. Like a plaque above their front door, and it is, I guess, their version of the Holy Trinity. It's actually very cool. On the left is the Virgin Mother. On the right is Christ. And in the center, the largest, and above the other two, Pope John Paul II. So, yeah. The tip came out to like $2.25, which is, you know, for a teenage boy, it's impressive. That's really, I mean, he may have been under orders to do that, because that's usually not voluntary. Even a couple of bucks, they would generally pocket that. So, again, seems like the parents, you know, the indication is with the, you know, the Catholic symbol and the fact that he gave me a tip seems to indicate that they're raising him correctly. So, props to the family. And plus he gets to eat pizza for breakfast. So, obviously they're doing something right. So I was editing that video last night, and I don't know if there's anything else left to talk about. That was silly. I have no idea what... I must have been, like, channeled or something, because I basically just didn't shut up. And I apologize. So I got to thinking, I think these videos would be, like, really good for... like to use in high schools for like vocational purposes. Like if you've got a kid who's thinking about maybe entering the pizza delivery field for a vocation, you know, you would basically have him sit down and watch my videos, and then he would be like, hell yeah, I knew it. That's exactly what I want to do. But let's be honest, the vast majority of pizza delivery drivers are not going to have the fun that I have doing it. They're just not. Okay? Pretty rare what I got going on. But having a goal and a dream, absolutely, I'm for that 100%. And kids, I am wearing my seatbelt right now. So if you're watching this in the future, in high school, I am proudly wearing my seatbelt at this moment. Okay, this is potentially a game winner. I am going to a motel or a hotel. I don't know the difference. I think motels are shittier. So I'm going to a hotel because I think it's like fairly nice. Going to a hotel with this lady who ordered this food on the phone. I took her order and she was very pleasant. However, today is apparently it's a holiday. I couldn't tell you what it is, but there's no school. And she is at the pool with kids. So right off the bat, you know, her day's, in my opinion, off to a shitty start. So I'm going to show up rocking the pizza, the soda, plates, napkins, Parmesan, forks, the whole deal. Make her day better, at least for the half hour that it takes for them to eat. And she's paying with a credit card, so my guess is she's going to be appreciative, tip-wise, which is my only concern. And I'm going to try. It's going to be difficult because I've got a couple of things I got to carry. I'm going to try and go pizza cam on it so you can see how I work the magic with the kids. This could go either way because they could be all hyped out in the pool, or they could be the kind that are all pizza guy and they'll migrate. So we'll see. Then after that, it's more of that behind the scenes stuff where I'm going to go across the street to Walmart and buy napkins. Don't ask me why I'm buying tomatoes and napkins and that's not taken care of through the proper channels, but I am. So, and I think I'm supposed to call before I go to Walmart. Oh, that's right. Because I'm on the clock at a different rate when I'm delivering pizza, and so when I'm done with that and I go to Walmart, I'm going to be on a different... shit, are you kidding me? If this shit flies on the floor. I'll be on a different hourly rate while I'm buying napkins. I know, it's weird. So don't let me forget to call after this delivery or I will actually be losing money. And none of us want that. I know you don't. And I certainly don't. I mean, they got a pool and it's indoors, so I guess that makes it a hotel as opposed to a motel. I don't know if that's actually the legal criteria, but I'm going to go with it. Oh, maybe it's neither. It might be a suite. They're suites, so actually that is like a bump up. They're higher than a hotel. Wait, Hiltons are hotels, right? All right, so that can't be. I'm really confused right now. Okay, that all got really complex because this lady came in and said that they couldn't eat in the pool area. So I had to carry everything back out to another thing and hold the door open for all the kids, and it got really weird. It's a Hamilton. Boom. Works for me. So, successful run to the suites and the pool. I have no idea what that looked like on video, but it felt chaotic. I'm sure it's a mess. It's probably a migraine creator, and you'll probably never see it. All right, so I did the call. I clocked in with a different whatever, so I get money. And boom, Walmart. I am now going to buy napkins. So I was supposed to get enough napkins to last us through the day. It's a lot of napkins. So right now I'm at 2 deliveries, $12+ in tips, and that's pretty sweet. Okay, that's a good day so far. And I'd like to thank the people of this town for their support. I really do appreciate it. And you're going to get me to New Mexico, and not a day will go by when I don't think about you. Well, there will be a lot of days, but initially I'll probably think a couple times about it. Oh, and I was also informed that there's some like federal government form I'm supposed to fill out before I leave today that I was supposed to fill out when I got hired, which is like last summer. It's apparently for like, it's some sort of a tax thing. Like the company gets a break for hiring somebody, or I don't know. It's government, so it makes no fucking sense to me or anyone else. But I think bottom line is that, like, the company gets like a kickback for hiring like the underprivileged, and so of course they need me to sign that because they hired me. It's I might not be right on, but I'm close. It's kind of a feel-good form to fill out. You know, I still can't get over Levi's like blown tie rod or whatever. I'm not a car guy, but apparently it's something to do with your tire gets involved somehow, and it doesn't sound good. And I feel bad because he's a cool dude. And I'm not going to do the whole, oh, more deliveries for me, because that would be bad karma. And then my car would like blow up or something. So it sucks because he's a good guy, and I'm just glad I didn't see it, because I probably would have cried, and I was shooting video, and it would have gotten ugly, and you guys would have like pointed and stared, and you wouldn't think of me in the same light. Okay, I'm going on my third and fourth run, which actually ties last Monday's number of deliveries. You don't do a lot in the daytime usually, so far it's pretty decent. But way better than that. Way better than that. If you saw my video from, I think it was just a couple of videos ago, when I went to H&R Block to the insurance agency, and there was that woman that I couldn't tell what decade she was wedged in. She just cruised into Pizza Hut. She's here for the buffet, like a boss. I'm still trying to wrap my head around how I wore my sunglasses for as long as I did with a sticker on the lens. So I drive around in this, and the only thing I have to listen to, if I want to listen to anything, is there's 2 radio stations here that I get that I can tolerate, and they're both basically, I guess you call them classic rock. Sometimes it's iffy how classic it is and how rock it is, but usually between the 2 of them there's like something decent, like something I can tolerate. Like right now it's a commercial and then a song that I will never listen to. What I found was I've gotten to the point now where there are certain songs. That's the Lincoln statue I was telling you about. I don't know if you can see it. Just kind of a dude up on a where was I? Son of a oh, I've decided there are some songs now that I just won't listen to ever again. Like if they come on, I'm just turning them off. Like I have reached the limit of the number of times I will allow myself to hear them. And I was just reminded of that because I just turned on the radio and I flipped on one's commercial and I flipped the other one, and it was Bad to the Bone. There is no circumstance I can imagine where I will ever allow myself to sit through more than enough of that song to where I recognize what song it is before I turn it off or switch stations. It's just never ever going to happen. And I've got a list. It's like in my head and it's growing, and I know the songs like as soon as I hear them. Anything by U2 or Springsteen, anything, radio off. Red Hot Chili Peppers, and the list just goes on and on. But there's songs I'm sick of, and then there's songs that they're on my it's never happening again list. And I think that you would probably feel more enlightened now knowing that Bad to the Bone is on that list, and I just spared you. You'd be hearing it right now if I hadn't taken the initiative. Okay, so these apartments here, kind of a U-shaped 1, 2, 3 different buildings. They're really confusing the way they're laid out, but worse than that, notoriously, from my perspective, shit tippers. So let's see what we get here. Okay, like I said, I don't know if you watched my other channel where I do the paranormal stuff, and more so my articles I write on my website, but I have I don't like saying I'm a psychic or medium or anything like that because there's such a negative connotation with those terms because of the people, the ass clowns that basically have made it a really ugly thing. But I can read people and I can pick up on shit. That girl is very, very sad, and I felt bad. I hope she likes her pizza because there was a heaviness around her, and that's like really it's a downer. Here I am delivering pizza in moderately decent weather, and she just everything just went boom. So But on to the next place. We don't stop just because somebody's in a bad place. We have pizza to take. And maybe those sliders that she's got might make the difference for her today. Never know. Okay, this GPS has one. I like it. I mean, it's pretty cool. And Phyllis, you know, we have our day. Phyllis and I go, you know, it's a love-hate thing. But
continue 0.5 miles, then turn left on Locust Street.
Hello. I like the GPS, but one thing that annoys me, and it's one of those things that I don't really get it, but one of these days it's probably gonna like kind of save my ass. But like if I say like 101 West 6th Street, you know, it'll pop up and say West 6th Street, 6th Street, or East 6th Street, and it's like I fucking said West 6th Street. Why are you asking me? Why are you giving me three choices when I plainly typed in the one I want? Somewhat annoying. I can live with it. Because like I said, one of these days, I think it's going to save my ass. I don't know how exactly. But I tell myself that just so that it's not as annoying. Because it's pretty annoying. As it stands, it's very annoying. I haven't seen any bunnies the last couple days. There's a squirrel. It's not as exciting. Squirrels are okay, but I'm really a bunny guy. I love seeing bunny. And usually I see, I don't know, I see a bunny at least once, if not twice a week, sometimes more. They're pretty, they have like city bunnies here. It's just odd. I'm from Portland and we don't have city bunnies.
Turn left on Locust Street.
They literally have bunnies in the city that live in people's yards. Well, they don't live in the yards, technically. I guess they live in a warren or a burrow. I learned everything I know about rabbits, or bunny, as I like to call them, from watching Watership Down over and over and over. And if you've never seen Watership Down or read the book, I highly recommend it, because it is the most violent and brutal cartoon made for children you will ever see. There is gore and blood and like mayhem and death like you've never seen in a child's cartoon before, and it's fantastic. And it's evil. And it really makes you respect the bunny and realize that, like, I mean, you think, oh, what's a rabbit gonna do? You know, ooh, scary rabbit. There's a correlation between like the killer bunny on Monty Python Holy Grail and Watership Down, because it shows a side of the bunny that they're vicious. Not normally. Normally they're like sweet and they're bunny, but when they like unleash hell, there's few animals that, according to Watership Down, if you watch this cartoon, these bunnies are like fucking badgers. They're just brutal. I highly recommend it. I cannot believe
2 miles to address 501.
Phyllis, damn you. I can't believe I just went on and on about Watership Down. But seriously, it's awesome and brutal. I already went over this, never mind. I just got old man riding a bicycle with probably the hardiest pizza guy wave I've ever seen in my life. This guy seemed extremely excited to wave to the pizza guy. And I'll tell you what, one thing I noticed in the summertime, when the kids are like out and everywhere and like people are all over the place, kids love pizza guy. I don't know if it's a thing for here or everywhere, but here they go nuts. And it's sort of like the ice cream man. When you see the ice cream man, you're like, yeah, and you go crazy. They do that for the pizza guy here. And I'm not going to lie, it tugs at the heartstrings a little bit. Just a little. Well, in the summertime here, when like all the kids are out, when the pizza guy drives around, they literally shit cupcakes when they see you. I'm not kidding. And they're like perfectly formed cupcakes. They shit them. That's how happy they are to see the pizza guy. You see cupcakes like all over the sidewalk. I have no idea what that meant. Here we've got the left turn signal going into the wrong way on a one-way. So, oh, damn, I really thought we were going to get to see something beyond awesome here. Son of a bitch. Oh, so close. Now that would have made a YouTube video. The left turn into oncoming traffic would have been just, God, my moment. It was right there. Shit. Not long ago, actually, one night about 2 weeks ago, there's a Mexican restaurant not far from here, down that one way, and I left there like you normally would, like the front street. You just, you know, leave the place out the front door and turn right and go home. That was the one way I turned onto, and that one way doesn't go that way. It goes the other way. So I'm just tooling on down the road at, like, I don't know, it was probably like 8 o'clock at night or something. It's dark. Just loving life. Just had Mexican food. And I look ahead of me and I see like these headlights. I'm like, what? And all of a sudden I hear horns honking. And thank God this place is like a little podunk town with, I mean, after 8 o'clock at night, you're almost by yourself here. But yeah, wrong way down the one way. And I drive that road constantly on deliveries. It just shows you got to keep your like shit dialed in. One just tiny lapse and you'll find yourself going the wrong way down a one way. And you know, I got lucky. I learned a valuable life lesson, but it could have gotten ugly. Okay, we had the green light. This lady, this is still blinker going wrong way on the one way lady with the temp plates. So she's like fully on styling and the minivan, so she's like the trifecta. But she just came to basically a complete stop at a green light to turn. It's really difficult being a driver of my skill level. After I just told you the story about how I went the wrong way on a one-way. But that's neither here nor there. Being a driver of my skill level and it's like what a NASCAR driver probably feels like when they go to the store, you know? It's like, holy Christ. It's like two different worlds. You know, another thing I don't get is like right here where I pull in, there's 2 lanes going each way, right? And there will be, this is the part of that slow thing that people just like, they have more time here than I guess they know what to do with. Because most of them are in no rush, like none. So you're coming up on a 2 lane, I'm on the left lane, and there's like nobody in the right. And I'm coming up to Pizza Hut, which is like right in front of me, and I have a Pizza Hut sign on my car. So it doesn't take, you know, the math isn't difficult. I'm going to be turning left more than likely into Pizza Hut because Pizza Hut sign. You know, it's like matching the pictures. You see the one on the car and the one on and you go, oh, it's probably a Pizza Hut guy. They will get behind me, and if there's traffic coming in front of me and I have to wait for it, they'll just sit there behind me and wait and wait and wait. No cars in the other lane. They didn't change lanes. They're not changing lanes now while they're waiting. They just wait me out, let me turn, and then go on about their business. It's the weirdest fucking town ever. Alright, I'm going home now. I'm done. I got like the next I think it's technically 3.5 days off. I just did more dishes than I have seen in ages. For some reason, I told you this town will eat pizza like it's being outlawed tomorrow. And for some reason, the buffet was just going nuts. It took me 36 minutes and all I watched were the buffet plates, and they just kept coming at me. And I don't know how some people are able to get certain substances stuck to plates. I saw some things that I'm pretty sure we don't even sell. And some things, I mean, the buffet it's like happening in real time. It's not like these are from yesterday. And there were things that required like leverage and utensils, and like you couldn't just like hose it off. It was on there like it had been there. I don't know what some people do. I'm blaming, it's probably kids. I'm just gonna say each of those plates that I had difficulty with, I'm assuming belonged to a kid. It's just a hunch. I'm still trying to figure out what journey a tampon takes where it ends up in a parking lot. Like fully engaged, like cardboard free, just laying there. It was almost sad. Like when you see baby turtles trying to get, you know, to the ocean and they just don't make it, and you see them and they're laying there dead, and you're like, wow, they only lived for like 20 minutes. It looked like it had never really gotten to do what it was designed to do. Sorry, I gotta stop. That's ridiculous. Okay, this is my impression of Metallica doing Pinball Wizard.
If you know my favorite table, he can beat my best. His disciples lead him in. He just does the rest.
Is that okay? I don't know. That was... I tried.